Hey DJ, again, from the top. Jingle bells, jingle all the way to Stoke. That's right, folks, back once again with another match preview. This time looking forward to Blackburn Rovers' latest championship match against Stoke at the Bet365, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, stop what you're doing, swallow what you're chewing, and of course, smash your subscribe to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers' latest championship related. Whoa, we get it all here in a skin-tight bloody Blackburn Rovers thing. I think I've eaten too many pork pies, mince pies, I don't know. I just can't get into it. I'm not like the lad I used to be. But I've still got the longs. I've still got the voice, though, of a Latino Barotti, or whatever his name was. Anyway, again, if you're new, bang, subscribe again. Yeah, Stoke, of course, next up, the final game before Christmas, before their old Boxing Day fixtures, and hopefully Rovers can follow on from their lastminute.com winner against Rotherham into Stoke and play to our full advantage and our very, very best as well. Anyway, let's. If you're new to the channel, of course, we're trying to get up to 25 patrons. It is a push. We're trying to get 3 more patrons, up to 22 so far. Could you be the latest member of the Patreon gang? If so, and you're interested, check out the link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. So let's get into it. Hopefully, I've got enough stuff to talk about here, because I'm leaving it very, very late, of course. The game's coming thick and fast, left, right, centre, all over the place. But it is Stoke City up against Blackburn bloody Rovers. Of course, fantastic chance for maybe to kick us up the table a little bit further. Of course, Stoke come into above us in the table, but you know what? Doesn't really matter. The game will take place right here at the Bet365, aka the Britannia in Stoke. No fans, I don't think so. No fans to get excited. But there'll be 2 teams, of course, with playoffs promotion on their agenda for this season. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape, of course. They play each other. We'll tell you about that in a minute. Of course, they played 19 games so far this season. Rovers picking up on average 2 goals to a game, of course, compared to Stoke's just the 1. Rovers still banging in about 15 shots per game, of course, 9 for Stoke. Also, we're picking up around about 5 corners, but we're absolutely shit at them. 4 corners for Stoke. Error success rate goes in favour of Stoke this time around. Possession, no, goes in favour of Rovers. 56% possession on average, with a pass success rate as well, 79% as well. As for what are we looking at here? This is when you take a look at the home form. Again, we're not really focused about the Rovers' home form on this one, but Stoke on average pick up about 2 goals a game at home, picking up also about 10 shots as well at home, 14 fouls. Error success rate is 53%, 47% possession at home. Pass success rate is at 7% as well. As for Rovers, we don't get to look at their. Oh, in fact, there was some away stats there. Can I bring it back? Can I bring it body back? I can't. It doesn't matter anyway. Let's take a look at the goals per game then. Of course, 24 goals for Stoke, both home and away this season. 34 for Rovers. 16 goals have come through open play for Stoke. 24 for Rovers. As for set pieces, that's 6 for Stoke. It looks like that's one of their key methods of goals there. 3 for Rovers, 4 counter-attacks for Rovers, and 3 penalties as well. Just 2 own goals for Stoke, and again, that's home and away. Meanwhile, at home, compared to Rovers away, 17 goals for Rovers, 15 for Stoke, 9 through open play, 4 set pieces, and 2 own goals. Both of those own goals coming at home. Rovers pick up 2 penalties on the road, 14 goals from open play, and just 1 counter-attack as well. And there's, you can see some shots per game ratios as well on the foot of the table, on the foot of the graphic there. Meanwhile, goals conceded, Rovers conceding 23 goals on average overall, sort of thing. 16 through open play, 3 set pieces, 1 counter-attacks and 2 penalties, and 1 big fat OG. As for Stoke, they've conceded 20 goals, 14 through open play, 4 set pieces, 1 counter-attack and 1 penalty. That's again home and away. So Rovers conceded more than Stoke. As for goals conceded, bloody hell, what we got here? I don't know. It's a bag of shite. That's what it's here. Rovers conceded 12 goals on the road, 7 open play, 2 set pieces, 1 counter-attack, 1 penalty, and 1 goal. I don't think we have the home stats. That was a bit of a hit and miss there. But anyway, let's take a look at some other figures here coming at you. Of course, Rovers are in the blue here. Stoke are in the orange. Whereabouts they're coming at you possession-wise? 39% down the left, 37% down the right, 24% down your middle. Rovers, similar stats there. 38% down the right, 38% down the left, and 24% down the throat. As for whereabouts in the field, they have their possession 43% in the middle, 42 for Rovers, 28 in their own third. That is again for Stoke, 30% for Rovers, and 29 going forward. And again, it's pretty similar figures for Rovers as well. As for shots for both, Stoke, 71% down your throat, 63% same for Rovers, 30% down the left, 50% down the right. Rovers preferring the left to the right. As for shots on the field, whereabouts they take place, 62% down the middle or in the 18-yard box for Stoke, 10% in the 6-yard area, the scrappy-dappy-do area, and 28% long-range babbles. As for Rovers, we like a long ranger, 39% of all of our shots coming long range, 56% within the 15-yard box, and 4% in the 6-yard bloody area. How about the goals and figures then coming at you, of course? Well, the key men, of course, for Stoke is Tyrese Campbell, scoring 7 goals already this season. He's looking very, very good. Of course, Fletcher's got himself 4, as has Powell. Of course, there won't be no Powell-Daka-Rooney debate this time around. Of course, Dak is not available. And McLean has got himself a couple of goals as well. As for Yellows, McLean has 7 to boot. Smith has 4, Lucas has 3, and Bath has 3 as well. And if Colin's got the one in red. As for goals for Rovers, it's at 16. I think 16 on all competitions. Adam Armstrong. Elliott's up to second now with 4. Johnson got 3, and Gallagher has 3. As for yellow cards, well, Bradley Johnson has, I think, 5 there. I was at 6. I'm struggling to see. I need new glasses. I'm getting old. Leonard's got 4, Rothwell's got 4, and Douglas has got 3. He's only been played like 3 times. 3 times, 3 yellows. Shocking. And then, of course, red card, Darren Lenihan with the one and only so far for Rovers. Here is my expected starting lineups. And I've gone with what I'm expecting. There might be a little bit of something that probably won't happen. But anyway, let's start with, of course, the host. Burstick is the young goalkeeper, formerly of Doncaster on loan, but he's here and he's been in goal for Stoke recently, and they're doing okay. They have Fox at left back, they have Collins at right back, Chester and Suter in the middle, with Nick Power playing as a sort of defensive midfielder alongside Cousins. We have T-Bon in the middle there, pulling some strings, McLean out left, into the right, and of course Tyrese Campbell scoring goals, and he's looking like a player, a real good player up top. As far as Kaminsky at goal, I think there's no questions there. Left back is the question mark. Do you go with Douglas, experienced? He's maybe starting to show some quality. He had a really good shot. But he had a good shot. But guess what? Amari Bell came on the pitch and he scored a bloody goal with his head. It was not counted, of course, last time around. But he's been showing some, trying to take his 10-15 minutes as cameo on Wednesday, and maybe it can lead to a starting. But I've gone with Bell on this one. Lenihan remains, even though he's captain. I think we'll play this one, give him another chance to really stand up to the plate, and maybe, of course, a week off before Sheffield Wednesday on Boxing Day might give him a chance to recuperate. Then Ayala alongside Ryan Niembi right back, no questions asked there. It's a midfield as well. The questions could also be asked. I've gone with Johnson, Holtby and Rothwell. A bit of a mix of both there. Johnson and Rothwell started last time out. Holtby came on the bench. Downing, did he start? Or did he came on? I can't really remember. I think Downing... Downing and Holtby were introduced, weren't they, I think? And of course, Elliott, Gallagher and Armstrong is as you were, really. I'm really looking forward to when Brereton comes back, and of course Dak to add spice to that attacking trio, of course. Moving forward, let's take a little look then at the recent form heading into this. Of course, Stoke not doing the best of late. Back-to-back games without a win. It's actually been 3 games without a win for them. Back-to-back draws though, back-to-back clean sheets, though that could be something that they're building on there. And they've been away days though. Last time they were at home though, they did lose to Cardiff. Meanwhile, Aston Rovers coming in just on the back of a win, but prior to that, 2 really shady bits of form there. So hopefully we've turned the corner and we've had a little blip, and maybe we can start climbing up the table once again. So yeah, losing to Rotherham, beating Rotherham, last time out. Of course, prior to that, we lost to Norwich at home. We also lost to Bristol City on the road as well. But we did have a good result against Brentford, also a good result-ish against Millwall. As for Stoke, drawing the QPR, drawing a derby. And losing to Cardiff as well. As for home versus away form here, of course, this is Stoke's home form. They've only won once of the past 3, losing to Norwich, and of course Cardiff as well at home. Meanwhile, Rovers just won defeat the past 4 on the road. That defeat was against Bristol City last time around. So we had a decent result against Luton, of course, fantastic result against Preston, and a sort of solid display against Brentford with down to 10 men. Of course, this is the full table as it stands. Stoke are in. Where are they? They're actually. Below us, I can't even see them there. They are 13th for the table, of course. Just one defeat the past 6 for them. However, Rovers are in 11th. We were top for a while, of course. Form is temporary, class is permanent, and right now, Cardiff, Norwich showing that they're up there and to be counted about. Rovers in 11th, both home and away. As for home form, Rovers are in 6th. That's good, but guess what? We're not playing at home. Stoke in 9th. Mid-table, decent sort of home form. Compared to Rovers away, we are 8th as well. So it's 8th berth is nice. Smells like a draw, lad. Smells like a bloody draw. Heading into this game, of course, Stoke will have a big match against Tottenham Hotspur in the Carabao Cup to maybe get further on into that tournament, maybe even push for silverware, indeed. On Boxing Day, they'll take on Coventry, so a jam-packed fixture for them. Then they take on Nottingham Forest on the 29th before a New Year's Day-ish sort of match against Bournemouth. And then they take on Leicester City in the FA Cup. Meanwhile, Rovers will take on Sheffield Wednesday on Boxing Day, so a bit of a rest for them after this game. Huddersfield are there at the next match on the 29th. Both of these are winnable, the Wednesday and the Huddersfield one, of course. Birmingham, again, we play them a lot last season and we didn't get anything. I'm hoping this season's completely different. That's on the 2nd of Jan. Then we take on Doncaster Rovers. That could be the game. That could be the game that changes our season, and that's when Dacarino is meant to be back. And of course, Stoke City again. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. On the 16th of Jan, barely a month going by, and we're back at Stoke, taking them on. And this time it won't be a cold night in Stoke. It'll be a cold night at Ewood, of course. Take a look at the form in just a second. Let's take a little look at the gaffers between the sticks. Well, the gaffers pulling the strings, of course. Tony Mowbray, of course, manager for Blackburn Rovers, of course, Michael O'Neill, a former Northern Irish manager as well. And, of course, was he Hibs manager? I don't know. But anyway, their record, I don't think they've managed against each other. But, of course, Tony Mowbray's record against Stoke is not great. He's actually managed against them 10 times, only winning twice, losing 6, and picking up 2 draws to boot. Of course, the key danger man for me is Tyrese Campbell, I think. Of course, Nick Powell can create something out of nothing. And, again, it will be one for the Rovers fans to get in amongst it. The record between these two sides overall is 95 times they've played, 36 wins for Stoke, 43 wins for Rovers, and 16 bloody draws. That is correct. And the bookies' odds, I'll tell you the bookies' odds, just for giggles on this one, the bookies' odds are, hot off the press, coming at you. I can't tell you the bookies' odds because it's Bet365. They don't give you the odds, but I think it'll be quite tight odds on this one. So we'll have to wait and see. The recent record over these two sides, both home and away, 1 win for Stoke, 3 for Rovers, and 2 bloody draws. So recently, Rovers have been at the better of them. In fact, last time out it was at Ewood Park as a draw, 0-0, of course, back in February 2020. Meanwhile, last time out in Stoke, it was a 2-1 win for Blackburn. Of course, Dacarino and Gallagher on the score sheet. Corey Evans getting a big fat OG. And, of course, last time out prior to that was a 1-0 win to Stoke, of course. So, yeah, we've got a recent good record against them. Hopefully we can turn around. Last 6 at the Bet365, though. 4 wins for Stoke, 2 for Blackburn. It's actually back-to-back wins for Blackburn over Stoke at the Bet365. So, hopefully we can make it 3 wins on the bloody spin, of course. Kicking off forward, though, let's take a little look at what DigiCast has up a sleeve for these bad boys. What's been going on elsewhere on the old Championship then, shall we? Let's take a look at some of the key teams at the moment out in the Championship. Of course, possession-wise, Norwich still lead the charge with 57.5% possession. Huddersfield are in second. Blackburn Rovers are actually in third. They're not too shabby. As for the most aggressive side, Stoke are third. Sheffield Wednesday still top the pops there with 33 yellows, 5 reds. As for the most, the big boss men in the aerial duels department, that's Cardiff, 58.9% success rate there. Birmingham are second. Stoke third. Rovers up to 4. So 2 high-ranking teams in that regard, locking horns this Saturday. Of course, shots per game, Norwich lead the charge there, 60.3. 15.3 shots are Rovers in second. Bournemouth, Brentford and Forest make up the top 5. Pass accuracy, Norwich need a charge there, 82.9% success rate. 80.7 for Reading, Huddersfield, Brentford, and then Rovers make up the power 5 there. What's been going on elsewhere? Well, let's take a little look at what's going on this weekend. Preston against Bristol City, that's Friday. It might even be today whenever this video goes out, of course. There's Norwich against Cardiff, the early kick-off on Saturday. That's a fruity one, that one. Could be an upset there. But, Sheffield Wednesday against Coventry, 6-pointer down there at the foot of the table. Swansea against Barnsley. Barnsley in form and climbing. Huddersfield against Watford, that's difficult as well. Luton Town against Bournemouth. No easy games in the Championship. Millwall against Nottingham Forest, of course. Brentford against Reading. Wycombe against QPR. Birmingham against Middlesbrough. And then, of course, Rotherham against Derby. But the game of the weekend really is at the Bet365. Stoke City taking on Blackburn Rovers, of course, on Saturday. As for the table, it looks like this. Norwich leads the charge at the moment with 40 points on the board. Bournemouth are in second, 37 points. And then Watford, Swansea, Reading and Brentford. Middlesbrough, then Stoke are in 8th. And a win for them. Guess what? They could go as high as 4th. Rovers are in 11th. And a win for them. They could actually go as high as 7th in the table. And guess what? That will be perfect striking distance over on the Boxing Day fixtures. Then Sheffield Wednesday, Wycombe and Derby going down as it stands. As for the top strikers and bits and bobs this time around, we have Ivan Toney. Of course, he's got got one more than Adam Armstrong, but can he hold his own? Of course, Lucas Jan not too far away either. 4 goals adrift. Then Pookie, Solanke, Moore, Woodrow, Sinclair, Ayew and Maite. As for the key assist members, Olise's up there with 6. Martin's got 5. Campbell's got 5, of course, from Stoke City. Brooks and Mbembo as well. Meanwhile, what's been going on social media? Then let's take a little look at it, shall we? Darren Rowe kicks up with a monstrous post here. He says, next up, the Potters away at the Britannia. Having won our first game in the last 4, Stoke are our next opponents in what is likely to be another tough fixture in the run up to Christmas. Michael O'Neill's side sit just a couple of points above us after 90 games following Tuesday night's goalless draw at Loftus Road. They are a pretty mixed bag of results so far this season, not too dissimilar to ourselves, having won 2, lost 2, draw 1 in their last 5. The Britannia has been a happy hunting ground for Rovers in recent seasons, winning the last 2. Season before last encounters particularly sticks in the memory when, after being 3 up courtesy of goals in the 46th by Dak, Graham and Harrison Reed, Rovers were pegged back, conceding in 79th and 80th to hang on for the 3 points by the skin of their teeth, even surviving a late penalty, which would have brought the scores level. In many memories of games against them, particularly away over many, many years, and I thought it's important to get the thread up and running, following an absolutely exhilarating shit show win at Ewood Park against the Millers. This particular fixture invokes extremely sad memories in myself. My fellow Darwinist, 10 years ago, 6th of February, an avid Blackburn Rovers supporter left the Kevin Helfer in Darwin on a coach along with 51 other Rovers to attend our away game of the Britannia. They were hijinks at half-time, as is often the norm, and some of our away games, but nothing all materials. Tragically, one of our own, John Taylor, lost his life. Oh, goodness gracious, that turned bad quickly, that post. Or sad, should I say, tragic. Lost his life at Stadium Concourse at half-time in that day. It's an event that those present will never forget. More so, those that witnessed it have tried to revive John, but in vain. Sorry for us, Darreners, and hopefully all Roverites. Please, could we remember him? Raise a glass and toast. John Taylor, R.I.P. He was one of our own. Goodness gracious me. Yes, Philip L. raises a glass. Jack Honori wants to know if Ben Brereton will be back for this one. He doesn't think that it's any coincidence that we have struggled with this formation since he's been out. We have missed his ability to drive forward with the ball. Cannot believe I'm even saying this, to be honest. But yes, turn the clock back 12 months ago. Brereton was, of course, one of the scapegoats for Rovers. Meanwhile, Tom Phil says this: I know what to expect, so I'll take a point now. You keep thinking sooner or later we'll hit a bit of form and get onto one of the little winning runs that gets everyone dreaming again. Strange season this one, though, so maybe they are a thing of the past. Armstrong is almost single-handedly stopping the death spirals, but that flat track bullies have left town as well. Let's hope it's one of those mad Championship freak COVID season results again. Stoke 1, Rovers 4, he says. Goodness gracious me. Meanwhile, Big Dog Steel said these guys are going to be very physical. Just look at the squad, missing a few, but that gobshite power will probably start. Lennon and Ayala are going to have scrap on their hands with either Vokes or Fletcher. They're missing a few at the same time. Should be an interesting game. Meanwhile, Joey Bigner says, I've gone back through Stokes who scored, and it seems they've played 43-1 last 6 games or so, which makes me feel more confident as that suits us. 4 at the back suddenly means our front 3 have loads of room and will generate a lot of chances. That said, they could change it up. They played 3-4-3 earlier in the season. I'm sure they'll be thinking about it when it goes through their videos of our games. I'm banging on about it, but we need at least the option to change our system when it is clear as day. It isn't working as it is for the whole of last night's game. So assuming Stoke go 4-2-3-1, he's going to go with a 4-3-3. If they change it up to a 3-4-3, I would change it up to a 3-4-3 as well. With the only exception being Williams coming in. I think that's, and Downing. Williams and Downing as his only changes there. Not many ball winners in those teams. Not much height either. That's Tyron Shoelaces coming in. Sparks Rover says, I find it amazing that nobody on this board ever picks Bucko to start, but Mowbray does. Clearly out of his depth at Championship level. Is he Mowbray's illegitimate son? DE says, we look knackered and aren't playing well at all. We can get away with it against teams like Rotherham and Millwall, but O'Neill Stoke will punish us if we once again turn up looking like we've just staggered out of the nearest pub. Hart says we reverse our performance level and mental block versus teams above us and grab a 2-1 win. Little chance of a clean sheet, but Head says 2-0 loss as an easy afternoon for Stoke. If you want to check out more of that, you can always go to the BRFCS forum yourselves and explore it to your full delight. But that's all I've got for you today, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. But if you're new, bang your subscribe button. Keep your bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers League, Championship League, World Football Related. We're going to know here under Waldrewski, of course. Yes, games coming thick and fast. After this one, we're taking a little bit of a breather. It's not really much of a breather. It's just a normal week, but it'll feel like a breather because the next time you see me will be in the build-up for the Boxing Day game against Chef Wed. I think it's is it at Ewood Park? I don't even know. Anyway, be sure to give the video some love and check the links down below. I'm actually looking for 3 more Patreons for Christmas. Could it be you? Could it be, sweetheart? You know, yeah, that's what you want to do, don't you? You want to go down there in the old description. That's right, sweetheart. And click the old Patreon, yeah? And become the latest member of the gang for as little as a can of Dr. Pepper Cream Soda with some gum on top. Anyway, if you are interested, check the link down below. Until then, though, I'm going to be safe out there, masking up and all that kind of stuff. But I'll see you all the other side. I'm out.